So Dr. Robinson is a physician, a teacher, and a man whose life was radically changed by Jesus Christ, as you've seen, right? So Dr. Robinson, and this is the short version, Dr. Robinson earned his medical degree from the University of California, Irvine, and practiced medicine for decades. He now serves internationally in medical education and is the co-author of the book, The Scalpel and the Soul, which tells the powerful story of his professional and personal transformation. His life and work continue to bring clarity, hope, truth to the people around the world. Can we give him a hand? Thank
you. You see, the Bible says that love covers a multitude of sin. You see, you disarm the enemy with love. We love because he first loved us. For God so loved the world. It's all about love, right? So, you know, sometimes she'd get a flower, sometimes she'd get a card for her birthday. But one day, while she was doing an ultrasound or assisting in an ultrasound guided abortion, what happened? God took the scales off her eyes. We were talking earlier this evening about Dr. Bernard Nathanson, who I had a chance to meet close to the end of his life. What a thing. A Jewish abortion almost inventor for the United States, great for the abortion movement that exploded, but how God turned him around. But he took the scales off his eyes. You ask, well, how could he do all of those thousands and thousands of abortions and not see what he's doing? Well, I know what that's like. Now, I didn't do that many abortions, but God doesn't grade on a curve, okay? Doing one abortion or being part of one abortion is just like 30,000, right? So Abby Johnson's eyes were opened, and what did she do? She just said she couldn't do it anymore, and she walked right out of Planned Parenthood, drove out, and about 100 yards away, she turns into the driveway for the 40 Days for Life headquarters, and she said, I can't do it anymore. That day, Sean Carney called me up. He's so excited. Haywood, you won't believe what just happened. Abby Johnson just walked out. And I'm going, what? Well, and that was the beginning of a beautiful story. And of course, the enemy took her to court thinking that they were going to shut her up because she should be a big whistleblower. And what did the enemy do? That story became a national story, and Planned Parenthood, through their suit, that wound up launching a large ministry that Abby Johnson is still involved in. Kind of an Esther story, you see. So here she is ministering to mostly women who've been involved in the abortion industry. So I've seen a lot, and that's because of what you're doing. And that facility was the 9th facility closed where Planned Parenthood, where 40 Days for Life was praying in front of one of those, in front of an abortion facility. Do you know that for the last few years of my practice, that we practice inside, alongside, and inside that now closed Planned Parenthood building. Could God do a greater story than that? You see how redemptive God is? Every day that I drove to work and drove into that driveway and recognized how at one time I would drive into a building like that, get out of my car, go in and kill babies. God saves me, and now I'm going in there to practice medicine. I retire, and then I become full-time in ministry with that very same ministry. Only God can do a story like that. Yeah. So the first time I saw an abortion, even though I was not a Christian, I was not a believer, I'm still accountable for the scientific knowledge that I had. I knew that when the sperm meets the egg, that's conception, and that's a human being. That's basic biology. That's the first paragraph in embryology book. There's no question. That's the scientific truth, right? But the enemy has a way of circumventing truth, right? By giving you lies and doubts that match up with your behavior, right? Or your lifestyle. Well, back to that abortion room, the first time I saw one, and you know, you have your faculty members in there, your senior residents, all the people that you want to grow up and be like, right? And they're just doing it, just looks they're smooth, operating and doing everything. I'm watching this abortion, and I refer to it as cerebral queasiness, kind of this uneasy feeling. You know, this doesn't look right. The woman doesn't seem like she's enjoying this procedure, and all this bloody mess, and now there's no baby. Okay, that's an abortion. Oh, okay. Well, the next time you watch one, it's a little easier. Then the next time. And what I learned in ministry and being ministered to by Dr. Marie's now deceased husband, is that's that process of progressive dehumanization and desensitization. You become to be more and more desensitized to something that's obviously extremely bad, to the point where you're indifferent about it. It's not really a baby. You're not really killing a baby. You're just performing an abortion. It's a procedure. It's nothing personal, right? The lady wants to buy an abortion, she pays me, I do an abortion, that's it. Dehumanization, depersonalization. And that's what happens. So you get sucked in and you're there walking on. I will tell you, did I ever enjoy doing abortion? Oh, of course not. But that's just one of the things that's part of medicine. That means just under 200,000 abortions are happening every day on the planet Earth. 200,000 or just under it every day. And most people walking around are acting like it's nothing. That baby that was going to be born in 3 weeks, the godfather was my roommate from medical school, Calvin, very successful pediatric neurologist up in the Bay Area, in San Francisco area. And so he gets there, now I just need to tell you that Calvin just happens to be the son of a Pentecostal preacher. Coincidence, right? So when Calvin gets there, you know, I say, oh, Calvin, maybe you can help me with what's going on here. You know, I went to this concert, and the guy's at 100% right with God, and I don't know, I feel different, I feel renewed, whatever, and he's looking at me, and he starts to cry. And now I'm thinking, well, what have I done to offend God? But then he shares with me, well, Sarah and I, Sarah is his wife, have been praying that you come to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. Oh, now I got no more either. I don't know what saving knowledge of Jesus Christ is. But he went on to explain, since he was there for about a week or so, that was the beginning of my discipleship. He explained to me the basic principles of Christianity, of salvation, that I should have heard years before. And he explained that, and so I'm going, oh, wow.
Discouragement and division are tools of the enemy that he uses against you to render you ineffective. Don't fall for the trick. He has a playbook. He's had the same playbook since the Garden of Eden. Oh, doubt. Discouragement, division, and doubt. He has worked the same playbook from the beginning to now. Remember, he's not a creator. The one true living God is the creator. Anything the enemy does is an imitation, a counterfeit. He cannot create. However, we are created in the image of God. We are allowed to co-create. Think about it. God made Adam out of dirt, breathed the breath of life, his breath of life, into his nostrils, made Eve from his rib. Then he places himself in the womb of a virgin. He doesn't need us to create life. That's a privilege he allows and extends to us. And to be called into pro-life ministry and to answer that call is such an honor. Truly, I thank you for your obedience. You should give yourselves a hand.
Oh, so we're at Delta Hospice. I'll just tell you this real quick. There's resources at the back. I'll go quick because I know you guys probably want to stand up and stretch. But at the back we have, through Delta Hospice, we have do not euthanize cards. And at the back you'll see this, and if you contact them, they will send you some documents to send to them, and in return they'll send you the card. You can keep that in your wallet. You can share it with your doctor and share it with others that you feel would need be, right? So please take a look at that. There's no charge for that. And just another quick update with Delta Hospice. They went to the NDP government with a new model called the Homestead model. They said, you know, if you're interested, we would like to move forward here in BC. And because we don't want them just to take over what we start again, right? Once was enough. So guess what they responded? Nothing, of course, right? We went to the BC Conservatives, nothing. So Angelina went to the Alberta government, wide open arms. They're all there, so we're looking at land there now to create this model. Is what we're doing next. So there's hope. I'm also the leader of the Christian Heritage Party of Kamloops, or sorry, Kamloops, I'm from Kamloops, of Christian Heritage Party of BC. There's some brochures in the back. I won't spend any time on that. But they're the only pro-life partisan party in Canada and British Columbia. So if you want to get involved, there's a grassroots arm and a partisan level there.